Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? How's the sound quality out there? Woohoo! Oh, yeah, that's right, Wilmer. I'm here. I'm live. Hey, Randy. Sorry about confusing you. You know, when I saw your logo, I confused it with Ron's Trains and Things. I don't know why. It sort of looks similar, and that's why I thought I said Ron at first, but um, I reread it and I realized it's you, Randy. Howdy. Can you hear that? I got some Christmas music in the background. Can you guys hear that? It's Mr. Grinch. The Grinch song is playing. Thank you, Randy. Yeah, I wanted to give us a little bit of Christmas spirit here. Good. Hopefully, it won't drown out my voice. I've tried to. Yep, it's the Grinch. Well, anyway, we're going to talk about a theme that's a little bit different tonight. More about being thankful, gratitude, not grinchy. And it has to do with model railroading, you know. What is it? And I want you guys all to think about it. What is it that we're most thankful for in model railroading? I picked this theme specifically because we just celebrated Thanksgiving down here in the States for everybody that's American, and for visitors from like Canada and other countries. You may have your own similar celebrations at different times of the year, but it's time to reflect on what we're thankful for. And I thought I would adapt that to model railroading and say, what do we like most about our hobby? What really excites us? What are the innovations in our hobby that has occurred that makes us just ecstatic and makes it all worthwhile? And hi, Jacob. Welcome on board there. So that's what I want to discuss tonight. And I'm going to start out by letting you know a few things that I like. As you know, hi, Southern California Rail Productions. Good to see you here. So, something that I am in BNSF in scale, looks like you're here too. Something that I like is as an Nscaler, is I love the level of detail that they're starting to put into Nscaler. Many companies, Intermountain is one of them. Scale Trains has come out with some really amazing detailed locomotives and rolling stock. And good evening, Jerry. How you doing? And hello, Adam. So these are the kind of things that really excite me as a model railroader. The level of detail that's coming up, that's being developed for us. And what do you guys think about that? Are you happy with the level of detail that many companies are producing? Yes, please give a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. If you have a chance, go out of the chat and put a little thumbs up thing and then come back into the chat. How do you like that in-scale Intermount SD42? I was just reading that. That was Zach, wasn't it? Is that you, Zach? Well, I'm out here trucking right now. I've parked briefly to do this live stream. I am in Terrell, Texas, or not Terrell, excuse me, Canton, Texas. I left Terrell a ways back. Yes, hi, Zach. So I'm here at a truck stop. I was driving down the highway looking for a place that had a good signal, because I didn't want this to be have a problem transmitting out and having a problem for you guys seeing it. So I found a place out here. So Jeff, you have a SD42. Yeah, the details that Intermountain puts on those locomotives is just insane. I'm tunnel motor, even though I'm okay. And how's your tunnel motor? Does it have a lot of details on it too? Oh, they do. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm just outside Canton, or I guess on the outskirts of Canton, in a truck stop here. Yeah, the SDB 45 is a really nice vehicle. I bought a one that was made by Cato. Now, one thing I like too is the reliability. Now, I know Intermountain has had some reliability issues. Sometimes I won't buy a locomotive, even if it's highly detailed. But I've read reviews on it, and there's issues with how it runs, or decoder issues. The first round of locomotives that Scale Trains produced, their Big Blows, I understand had a lot of problems. There were some decoder issues, and I figure if I'm going to spend a good chunk of money to buy something that's supposed to be, it's very highly detailed, but also operate well, I expect it to operate well and be all within NMRA specs. The coupler heights are correct, that the wheel gauge is correct, for each wheel below the locomotive. Sometimes the quality control of some of these companies is a little lagging. And I've noticed that. I don't know if you guys have noticed that too. But the quality control of a product is also very important to me. Hey Henry, it's good to see you. Good to see you there. So, and Tony, how are you doing, Tony? So, what do you guys think about that? I'm thankful for the quality, that is out there, the detail, the level of detail. But I like to, our equipment to be reliable as well. So that's something I found. Now, one thing I've been leaning toward more recently, even though I like Cato reliability, I think nothing beats Cato, at least in N-scale, for reliability. You pull out the locomotive, it operates good every single time, it seems like. But Atlas is doing a pretty good job too, and they're doing some really good detail. I like what Atlas Model Railroad Company has been putting out there. So most of my locomotives that I have, I would say the big majority of them are Atlas. And then I have some Cato. Like I said, Cato is not as good on the details, mainly molded on parts. And they'll put on a diesel air horn on top, a few things like that. And so they're not as good, but the detail, like I said, on Atlas I found is better. And I like the variety Atlas offers, definitely a lot more. I also have some Athearn F45s, and those are really detailed. I bought the DCC with the tsunami sound. The sound on them was incredible, and they operate really well, and the detail is really good. So, I like that. I like inexpensive. I saw that. Who doesn't like a good deal? I like a good deal, but I like my locomotives to run well, so that's important. I'm steer away from like Lifelike and Atlas, or not Atlas, Lifelike and Bachmann, and a lot of those companies, because they have had a history of low performance. Let's put it that way. Sometimes they're not that well detailed either. So Model Power is another one that I try to steer clear of. I have bought some Cato, or not Cato, some Microtrains switchers that they recently offered. The SW 1500s, if you guys saw those in N-scale. And but I believe they're using is it Model Power? I think it's Model Power. The chassis and what they're doing in it. So those are the kind of things that I'm thankful for. I'm really thankful for that we are getting better, really highly detailed, things, rolling stock and locomotives in our hobby. I think that's really cool. Another thing I'm thankful for is the DCC and sound. I don't know how if you guys use DCC or just use the standard old power before DCC came out. I have both, but I prefer the DCC because I could run 2 trains or 3 different trains at once, go in different ways if I want, on different tracks. I could do all sorts of things that I couldn't do before with the DC. It was harder. You have to have blocks and a lot of things like that. So those are some of the things that I'm thankful for. So it just really excites me to know that we have this stuff available out here. The quality in and the electronics, that make it all possible. So why don't you guys tell me a few of the things that you're thankful for? I'd like to see what you have to say in the hobby. What excites you? What great innovations are out there that just make you so happy to be a model roader? And what motivates you guys? What in the hobby? What excites you? What is it in nowadays that is the best that you've seen in the hobby of model railroading? Yeah, Tony, I agree with you. YouTube is awesome. It is definitely one of the greatest things we have in model railroading is our YouTube community. What else, guys? Let me see some of your ideas. I want to see what else you like out here in the hobby. What are you thankful for? You stole my thunder, Tony. Yeah, I saw that. But you know what? I have learned so much from YouTube talking about that. I've watched people's videos to see their how-to videos, see how they've done things. And this is an excellent resource if you're new to the hobby or even if you've been around for a while. Oh, hi, Vinny. I didn't realize you were here. Welcome, Vinny. So, it's a great thing that we have YouTube. Vinny, speaking about Vinny, he's done some great videos showing you how he's building one of his scratch builds, and it's just incredible. What he does, and he makes it really easy for you to understand. And that's one of the great things about YouTube is you got people like Vinny that can put it onto a video and show how it's done, how to make something really in something that's really nice, for the layout. And you might not have figured out how to do that before. He's sort of cut out a lot of the learning process. He's learned it himself over the years, and he's figured out a way to take what he's done and put it on YouTube, and then other people can pick up from that and make their own things. So hey, yeah, thank you, Vinny, for saying hi. For hi to everybody else too. But that's just an example. I've watched some of Mike Pfeiffer's videos too, some of his how-tos. He's got a how-to channel, a separate channel that he runs, and I've learned a lot of things from that. In fact, if you guys check my channel, you'll see I have a lot of playlists that I basically assembled from all over YouTube, from other channels of model railroaders mainly. And one I think is called, what did I call it? I think it's Clever Ideas in N-Scale. That's the name of one of the playlists that I put together. And there's some good tips in there of how to put things together. One, I used Vinny's neighbor, so to speak. He not literally, he lives several miles away, but he lives in the Phoenix area. I think in Mesa or something. Is Eric. IMRR something, I think, .com or something like that. Maybe you can correct me, Vinny, on that, the name of that. But he did a few, I believe it's actually been a couple years ago. He did some some videos on how to what I call speed match with DCC. And I looked at those, and there were some really good, good suggestions he gave, and he showed how to do it and all that. So I put up a speed matching playlist as well. Hey Cheryl, welcome aboard. Hey Nathan, glad to have you with us, or with me, with all of us on the chat. So these are just some of the things I'm thankful for. Our YouTube community, the level of detail that's coming out there in model railroading is just insane. The availability of DCC and what how that can make model railroading a lot easier in many ways. It does create some complications. You do have to get to learn DCC and how to wire it and all that, but it can make things so much better. So those are 3 things right off the bat I can think of. Any of you guys have any other ideas what you're thankful for in the hobby? What excites you? What innovations have just really made it incredible for you to be in model railroading? Let me know. Go ahead and say some ideas, guys. Anybody? Everybody's saying hi to everybody. One thing that I really like too, and this is just my own personal thing, is I love Kato Unitrack. I'm a Unitrack addict. It's reliability, and you can make it look realistic. If you've seen our friend down in Panama, what he does with Kato Unitrack. Roy Smith, his channel is the N-Scale UP Evanston Subdivision. I believe that's what it's called. Unitrack has made it so easy. You just hook it together and you don't have to worry about soldering or anything like that. It's that good and that reliable. You may not have the availability of all the switches. There's only like 3 different switches or turnouts available, a number 4, number 6, and a Y. And if you add in the what's it called, the crossover and double crossover, I think those are 6. You can, based on 6 switches. They have those, but it is just amazing how reliable the track is. Their little snap together system, like I said, and they do sell, Kato sells additional ballast that you can ballast over your already ballasted track that matches the plastic, and it makes it look so real. And I've seen people like Mike Pfeiffer, he's done videos on this, where he's stained the rail or, made it look darker so it looks more, and he's also changed the color of the ballast. I've seen people do that. And that's something that's really good. I hear you about, hey, who was that said that? Let me go up. Hold on. Oh, yeah, it was Wilmer. The brick and mortar hobby stores, I am thankful for those. We're losing them. I'm going to have to admit, I use a lot of the online stores too. And especially being out here as a truck driver, I can't drive into every single brick and mortar hobby store. Probably can't fit my 53 freight trailer and tractor all the way in there, But I do order, especially if I'm out here and I'll be, I'm on a break from trucking. I'll be looking through the internet and seeing what Mike Pfeiffer has, or what the newest stuff that's in MB Klein, what they have. So I'll be checking out the websites and seeing what's going on. I'm going to say something. I'm grateful for somebody in particular that has supplied my hobby desires a lot over the years. I bought a lot of stuff from him. It was Brooklyn Locomotive Works. And I don't know if you guys know him. He's basically going out of business. He's having all sorts of sales. His brother is taking over with a different hobby store, online hobby store. And, you know, so I'm going to miss him. And I want you guys all to keep him in prayer. I spoke with him not long ago. I was buying some of the stuff he's selling. And if you want to get some good deals, by the way, the stuff he has left, BrooklynLocomotiveWorks.com. Go to that. He's selling the last of his stuff. He's been finding stuff that nobody had bought, you know, and he didn't have, you know, really published on his website. Especially a lot of microtrain stuff he's had that over the years. Some great stuff there he has. But he was just diagnosed with leukemia. And he didn't know that. When he was getting ready to retire, he thought he was going to retire from this and be able to rest and relax and, you know, enjoy life without doing the business anymore and be able to do other pursuits. And now he's got one of the worst kinds of leukemia, apparently. So keep him in prayers. You know, the owner of Brooklyn Locomotive Works. And he's actually, it's not in Brooklyn, it's in New Jersey. But he did that business for years, supplying a lot of us model railroaders. So it's something I'm thankful for all that, you know, all the business I've done with him over the years. I got my, if you guys saw my suitcase full of Nscaler surprises, you know, the video series I did of a lot of my Nscaler collection that I was carrying in my suitcase. I have a Santa Fe passenger car set, a Cato, made by Cato. It's really nice. And I got that from him. I got that from Brooklyn Locomotive Works. And he was just a great guy to buy from. So like I said, if you guys want to get some, if any of you that are into Nscaler and been wanting to pick something up that maybe you haven't seen and want to get a good price on, he's having some closeout sales over there at BrooklynLocomotiveWorks.com. So, you know, I'm thankful for Vinny and Sparky and these live streams as well. It's sort of related to YouTube, but it's great that we have a community to come to, you know, to come here and talk and chat and catch up on everything with each other and see how we're doing. So I really enjoy, and I haven't been to your live stream in a while, Sparky. And so sometimes I'm working during the nights and I'm not able to stop and watch. And same for Vinny, sometimes I miss his. But Sparky's live stream, I'm giving him a shout out right now. Everybody here probably knows it. He's on Wednesday nights. And you can go to his channel and see that. Sparky 107. Vinny is BNSF 6951, has his live streams on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then at 7 a.m. Saturday morning Pacific Standard Time, we have It's My Railroad by Steve Brown. He does his live stream, so it's pretty good. So anyway, it's something I'm glad we have these live streams. And of course now, thanks to Ben coming up with the idea on this on Track Tuesday, and Wilmer's the one that came up with the name for this. But Ben started the whole idea, and then the rest of us guys, I know he thanked the rest of us for getting out there. But it's really good because some of us don't have the time to do it every single week, like Benny and Sparky and Steve. I wish I could, but my trucking job is just, it keeps me too busy out here to do that. And so, you know, it's something that it was a good idea to have this roaming live stream, you know, where we roam from channel to channel, but it'll be the same time every week. It's not bad. It certainly isn't, Wilmer. So next, my next live stream, I'm still debating. I might not do it. I've talked to my wife, but I think I will. I'm sort of leaning toward doing it. And the reason is this: my next live stream is on Christmas Day or Christmas evening. I don't know if you guys realize that if you look that far ahead in the calendar. I'm on the 4th Tuesday of the month, and the 4th Tuesday of December is Christmas, you know, December 25th. So I'll be at home. I'm going to be with my family. I'm going to be running some trains. And I just might go ahead and do the live stream, but I haven't decided yet because it is a holiday. It's a family time. And also, you guys are going to be busy with your families too, I'm thinking. So what do you think? Do you guys think I should do the live stream on Christmas Day? What do you guys say? Or Christmas night, actually. 7 p.m. Alright guys, there was a little bit of an interruption there. Can you see me? So, it looks like we had an interruption. Are you guys able to see me at all? Or did it stop? Are you able to see the broadcast? Let me know. Yes, okay, good. Yeah, it says you are back. I'm back, Randy. So, thank you. So anyway, I was asking you guys, do you think I should do it on Christmas Day? Do the next broadcast? Nope, can't see me. See and hear. Mind you, my eyes are closed. Okay, so Sparky says he can't see me. And I'm getting some of you that can. What is that? Okay, sorry about that, guys.